Hi everybody, this is Churchgirl. So thankful to be back in the kitchen again. Thanking God for another day. Hope everybody had a good day today. This evening, I'm going to be making some slow braised short ribs in my Dutch oven. I'm not going to be using my slow cooker this time. I'm going to be using a different recipe. That being said, I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you my short ribs here and all of the ingredients that I'm going to be using in these short ribs. Over here, you see my nice short ribs. They're very nice. I've pre-washed them already. I'm going to go back over them and make sure I cut away all the excess fat. But those are very nice short ribs. And in this particular dish this evening, I'm going to be using some tomato paste as part of my base, along with some red wine. And I'm going to be using some beef and onion soup mix, some onion powder, some roasted garlic, rosemary, sea salt, as well as some broth. Now, if you have beef broth, that's fine. If not, you have chicken broth. That works just as good. So I'm going to be using chicken broth. And I'm going to be slow braising these short ribs in my oven on 200 degrees in my nice Dutch oven here. Along with this meal, I'm going to be having some roasted garlic potatoes and some mixed veggies. Be back shortly. Okay, now I'm back. I'm seasoning up my short ribs. I got them all nice, washed, and cleaned really good. Took off the excess fat. Now I'm seasoning them up with a little pink Himalayan salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go ahead and sear them and get them all nice and brown before I put my other seasoning on them and put them in the oven so they can slow cook. A little fresh pepper and a little pink Himalayan salt. I'm getting them all seasoned up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get these short ribs all nice and seared up. I have my oil over here. I use the olive oil. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these ribs, short ribs, right over in this olive oil, just like so. And I want them to get brown on each side. I'm just going to brown them on each side. I'm not cooking them yet. I'm just going to brown them on each side. And then I'm going to get them in the oven. Let these short ribs get brown on each side, as I said. And then I'm going to get them right over in the oven. As you see, I'm browning up, searing up all my ribs. I'm turning them on each side. Let each side just sear. Get a nice golden brown color to it on each side. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to bring it together and get them all in the oven. I'm going to continue to sear all these up. I have some more to put in there. I don't think they all will fit at one time, so I'm just going to keep searing until I get all of them brown on each side. I'm going to turn them until each one gets brown on each side. Okay, as these short ribs continue to brown up on each side, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and just nestle my garlic right down inside, just like so. I left them in half. I'm just going to nestle this garlic and onions right down inside of my pan here. I left them big because I want them to sear and get really nice and flavorful throughout these short ribs as they braise and cook in the oven. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do now, they're nice and seared on each side here. Let me show you. Got them nice and seared on each side, just like so. When you're cooking your short ribs, it's good to braise them first. Let them turn brown on each side. That way they have a nice flavor. Much more better taste to them once they're all finished cooking. You don't have to braise them if you don't want to, but they just come out so much better when you braise them. So I like to braise my short ribs. Go ahead and stick this other garlic over in there and the other onion. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now and take a tablespoon of my tomato paste and just nestle it right down in the middle of my pan here. All I want is probably about a tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon. This is going to wake up that flavor in these short ribs, and they are going to be really delicious. So I'm just going to let that tomato puree just cook down inside those short ribs. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to go ahead and add my wine next. Just like so. Then I'm going to put these short ribs in the oven and let them slow cook. Okay. I want that tomato puree to just cook down over inside those short ribs. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to add this wine. I'm not measuring my wine. I'm just doing it by eyeballing it because I kind of know how much I went in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this come to a nice boil and let that alcohol cook down off of this wine, and I'll be back short. Okay, I'm back. I've went ahead and I've added my wine. I added my wine already, about a cup, and I also added my heaping tablespoon of my tomato base here, and I let that reduce down. Now I'm getting ready to add my chicken stock to my braised ribs. As you can see, I got them nice and brown on each side. Now I'm going to go right in and add some chicken stock. And then I'm going to put this in the oven and just let it slow cook. I've added my chicken stock to it. Now I want to bring it back up to a nice little boil, and then I'm going to get these right over in the oven. Just like so. I also went ahead and added my other seasoning, which was rosemary, garlic, and sea salt. And I also added a little more onion powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. I'm going to cover it. And then I'm going to get it right over in the oven. And let this just take its time and slow cook. But see how nice that look? As if you brown your meat and get it all seasoned up really good, it'll really enhance your flavor. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put this right over in the oven. And let it bake off. Okay, now I'm going to get this right in the oven. I've gotten it all seasoned up, as you can see. And it's all braised on each side with all my seasoning. Now I'm going to cover it and put it in the oven and let it slow cook on about 180 for about 2 hours. And I'll come back and let you guys see what it looks like. I'll put this Dutch oven right over in the oven. Uh-oh. Then I'm going to have to take the top off. Put this over in the oven. And I'll be back once I get the top back on. Now I'm going to get this in the oven. And I'm going to go ahead and cover it. My short ribs. And I'm going to let them slow cook for about 2 hours on 200 degrees. I'm going to come back and let you all see what it looks like. Sure. Okay, now I'm gonna just take a quick peek at my slow braising short ribs that's cooking here in the oven. They're cooking really slow, just the way I want them to, and they look really good. They're coming along really nicely. I'm gonna cover them back up and let them finish cooking, and I'll be back and let you guys see what the finished product of my slow cooked red wine braised ribs, short ribs, look like when they're all finished. Okay, now I'm back. Get ready to check on my short ribs again here. See how they're coming along. I have them actually cooking on 200. I turned the eye up a little bit to 200. Oh, and they're looking really good. Cooking down in my red wine and my tomato base sauce. And they looking really good. They're actually coming out the bone, but I'm going to let them continue to cook. I want them to cook down a little more. And I'll be back and show you the finished product. They should be done pretty soon, but so far they're looking really, really good and smell awesome in here, okay? I can smell that red wine base with that tomato base and my garlic and shallots and all my seasonings. So my short ribs look really good. Now I'm going to go ahead and put them back in the oven, let them finish cooking, and I'll be back and show you exactly how they turned out shortly. Okay, now I'm back. My short ribs is all ready. I've taken them out the oven. Now I'm going to show you all the final product of my braised, slow cooked short ribs, braised in red wine and a tomato paste based. And this is the final product here, and I'm very, very pleased with the way they came out. They're very, very tender, falling all off the bone. I cooked them very slow this time in my oven, and I cooked them on 200 degrees for about 3 hours. And there you have it. Churchgirl cooked up slow braised short ribs in a red wine tomato based sauce with shallots, garlic, and some more herbs and spices in my Dutch oven on 200 degrees. And they came out really good. I let them slow cook for about 3 hours, and they very, very tender. There you have it, cooking with Churchgirl. Slow braised red wine tomato based short ribs. Until next time, now I'm going to bid you good evening. Please go over to my channel and subscribe, and I appreciate it very, very much. Until next time, cooking with Churchgirl.